Hello everyone, welcome back to Prism Blade Gaming. My name is Hawk, or as they used to call me during my 4chan days, Kill Yourself. Joining us today we have Dingo, who's not here, Ryan.
Hello.
Shun.
Hi.
Bean.
You.
And jumping in to replace Bobbert because he abandoned us like a bastard is Quinn.
Arg! They live there.
And unfortunately, Shinzo's player Shinzo will not be Shinzoing up today because he decided to go Shinzo instead of Shinzoing with us. We assume.
Is there a meaning to that at all?
Yes. But I'm gonna have to let you Shinzo that out on your own.
God fucking damn it. Why?
Don't worry, you'll Shinzo it in no time.
Yeah, it just takes a quick Shinzo.
Wow, guys, that's just really offensive. You guys have got to watch your language.
I am a grown ass man. I will Shinzo whatever I please.
I'm sorry to say, but I'm a pirate. I don't think there is such thing as a filter.
But there is such thing as a Shinzo.
So I'm pretty sure there's a pirate filter.
Anyway.
Check Snapchat real quick.
Anyway. Last time on Ghosts of Saltmarsh, our party investigated a smuggler, found out that he was trying to deliver things down to Waterdeep, and failed because of the Sahagin attacking ships far out from the coast. Then, they talked to the town guard, learned about a few adventures, and inadvertently became lesbians with a plant. You know, as you do. In this episode, it is the next day. The party is waking up, doing their normal routines, going about their daily business, when all of a sudden, the town's alarm bell begins to ring. A loud clanging sound that echoes out over the city. This is not a normal occurrence, only done in one of two conditions. Either A, something's attacking the town, or B, the town guards just noticed a ship out at sea that looks like it might attack the town. In either case, it signifies one thing for adventurers. There's about to be a lot of experience bags coming ashore to fight.
Oh shit. Dragons! Dragons, everybody! Get back in your houses, it's just dragons! I think. Pretty sure it's dragons. Alright, come on, Bigglesby. I'm sure we can take them. Look, you can fly, I can shoot arrows. We got this. We got it.
The giant B-Rex buzzes angrily at you, at being awoken so early, but eventually stomps out with you towards the docks. I'm assuming the rest of the party would be heading towards the coast or the docks.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Alright. As the whole group teams up and gets out there, and they find that what the town guards are seeing is not a ship attacking Saltmarsh, but rather something else attacking a ship. As you see the wreckage of basically a floating pirate wreck. Like, we're talking black sails, green stripes, bones littering the bow of the ship, and the railing. It looks like a goddamn spooky pirate ship. And from a far distance, you can see that it is, A, on fire, and B, swarming with Sahagin. The party watches as a single boat manages to fall from the railing of the ship. A few people inside desperately rowing away towards shore. As wood starts to crack and buckle under the weight of something inside. Explosions emerge from the boat, tearing through its hull, and the massive black-sailed ship slowly capsizes and sinks into the bay. The whole scene takes about 10 minutes. Terrifyingly fast for any ship. And as the small vessel rows closer and closer to shore, the whole party can see large shark shapes swimming around it, as if waiting for those poor souls to fall out. As the vessel reaches close enough, you find that it's a small keelboat. Probably used for exploration purposes, closer to the coast by the large vessel that just went underwater. Big enough to hold a small crew, but not really anything special. But what is special on it is the surviving crew members, who are all orcs. The guards are immediately on the docks as this small vessel just rows up to one. As the apparent captain of this vessel stumbles onto the docks and falls to his knees. Go ahead, Quinn.
As he does so, he's just face of utter shock, or you can't really tell the difference between that face of just as if his world just kind of crumbled a little too quickly than he liked. He stayed there for a minute, trying to take in his breath before he began to step back up. Then, as he turned to see the guards, he's suddenly raising his hands like, oh. Oh, fuck. That's a lot of guards. Ahoy there? You're not, friendly, are ya? Heh. Heh heh.
The guards are quiet, like looking at each other, muttering to each other, like, what are we supposed to do with this guy? I mean, technically he's a pirate. He was flying the colors. Well, yeah, but he ain't a pirate no more, is he? Can't you be a pirate without a ship? I mean...
I don't know. That depends on your definition of pirate, exactly.
Wouldn't download a car.
Fuck you, I would if I could.
Sorry.
I mean, I like to consider myself, a trader of sorts. You know, merchant. I'm just like any other. It's just, sometimes my customers don't exactly want my services. Well, our services, at least until those bloody fish people thing is back over there just decided to obliterate my ship. Dad's ship, but that's all digressing. You're not gonna try to kill me now, are ya?
The
I'm
town,
just
the town guards are, the guards are kind of like still looking amongst each other, trying to figure out what to do. Slightly looking over at the known heroes of the city. Like, could y'all do something about this? We don't know what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Little miss, would you mind taking the lead? You would say to Charlotte, because I totally remember her name.
You laddies and lasses are leadership
Well,
of here.
I'm not of any authority of this place, but if you seek no harm, then so be it.
I mean, we initially were gonna come here for resupply, really. You know, away from the other ports. This port being probably the most safest.
Well, you could say safe, but it is quite a recluse place. Nice and quiet.
I mean, that's kind of why we were coming here, but that happened.
Well, I guess, well, does anyone have any other suggestions?
That's a good question, Mega Man. Would Hellica, Amo, or Ikaroth have anything to say to this orc pirate?
Hellica is just staring. Her nostrils flared and it's like she has rocks in her jaw. She's like, what kind of trading are you into? What do you trade?
He just shrugs. Whatever we have on board. I mean, I'm not exactly the captain, or at least I wasn't until 5 minutes ago. Or was it 10? Either case.
Her lips go flat at that. She saunters up to you. This lady is quite tall, 6'1" in height, and she just looks at you.
Oh, so we're eye level.
Yeah, and she just looks at you and she says, for you to survive such an attack like that, you must have had something of importance, because we're looking for clues on the recent attacks.
We didn't really have... We had a lot of wealth on us, and that we were going to use to buy repairs and supplies. But whatever the fuck those fish fucks decided to do, well, it certainly made me crew into fish meat.
Wait, they turned him into fish before killing him? That's just weird. Weirder than fish people.
Ikarath would kind of be standing near the back, just kind of paying attention, but not really. And just say, the way that I look at it, we had a captain in our own town that was smuggling something that didn't suffer any consequences recently, so why should this one?
I mean, that captain wasn't smuggling stuff. He was in charge of a guy who was smuggling stuff, and we did kind of kill him.
Okay, first off, am I going around raiding and pillaging you guys right now, or even raving a flintlock in your face?
I don't know, are you?
No. That was a rhetorical question. That was obviously an obvious answer of a no.
Why'd you ask if the answer was obvious? That's
Do
just
you not
silly.
know what a rhetorical question means?
I mean...
Oh dear.
What's up with this guy?
What's up with you?
Akarath would actually kind of chuckle at that.
I just merely turned 18, and yeah, I know the idea of rhetorical, and you... I'm an orc!
It's a little bit of the liquor, my friends.
Wow, that's just racist, man. Thinking orcs don't know rhetorical questions.
And
This is the late 30s human staring at you with a giant ass
He just...
bee dinosaur behind him.
Sorok is just landing both hands into his face like, ugh.
That's actually a good question. How would Sorok be reacting to the giant bee dinosaur standing behind this old man?
He just immediately starts backing up.
Here, hang
No.
on. I'll show you his token.
Okay, yes, please.
This one.
Oh, okay, yeah. Immediate backing up. Almost tripping over the ledge, but not quite going that far.
Alright, you okay there? Have you got your land legs back yet?
I can just imagine.
Laddie,
I just imagine it being like totally cool.
can you move that thing out of my sight?
What thing?
The giant.
My shirt?
You overgrown wasp.
Wasps? Where? Hey, those
Right
damn
there,
things,
the
they're just me.
big giant
okay.
wasp with jaws and. Ah!
Wait, are you talking about Bigglesby? He's a
You
bee.
named it?
Of course
Are
I
you
named it.
insane?
Well, how am I supposed to refer to him if he ain't got no name?
Oh,
Your parents just call you it?
Wasp?
the bickering, cease it. How would you like a job, orc?
I mean,
I can't stop
like,
laughing at this
if that job includes getting back at those stupid the fishy bastards back there that decided to raid my ship, I'm fully on board.
Oh, so you would, because we, in our line of work, we're going to need a bit more manpower. So, and seeing as you have no crew and you're not a captain anymore, you could join us.
Actually, I do have a crew. I see motions over to the remaining orcs.
Uh-huh.
The four orcs in the vessel are looking like they're about to pass out. But upon being gestured to, they look up and wave.
Oh. Well, they could be of help, I'm sure.
I mean, none of us know how to, it's
That
drive
didn't,
a ship, right? Or sail a ship.
Right.
I kinda need a new ship at that point.
We can have that arranged in due time, I think.
I'm sure we can find repairs, but I'm more worried about what's out. Lately, these days, there hasn't been any ships able to leave far from this place. So it is best that you recoup here for now.
Considering we just got brutalized by the bunch of fucking Kuator wannabes. Yeah. At least,
Then you should come with us, child.
Kuatoa wannabe.
child, have you know that I'm at least 18? That's at least like what, 30 years old for a human?
The character speaking to you looks like a wizened old woman.
And she looks at you with her beady little eyes, thinning as she sort of scorns a little. Well, what is there to do today, I wonder? Where will the wind blow?
So, in the terms of the party, what exactly am I looking at?
Okay.
As I do not know what the party is.
Okay. I will actually post their pictures up while I explain them. You have Hellica, who is a red-haired Amazoness woman with feline features. You have Amo, who is a Shutterstock picture. You have Charlotte, who is kind of a creepy old lady.
Yikes.
Well, looks like a creepy old lady. No one's quite sure what exactly she is. You have Ikaroth, who is a perfectly normal human. And even though he's not actually present right now, you also have Shinzo, who is a fighter man. He is the most average human you have ever seen in your entire life.
Yep, every anime protagonist.
Yep, all of them.
Interesting. I don't know how to feel. You're creepy. You, something is off about you. And him, out of all the people, he's... I have to say, he feels boring.
I'm just in it for the money, says Shinzo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're boring.
Yeah, but it's fun to mess with it.
And that thing is an abomination.
That thing is a he, and his name is Bigglesby.
You have
And he's
respect
a
when
fae,
you talk to
not an
Bigglesby.
abomination.
Anything that's wasp-like is absolutely terrifying.
He's not a wasp, he's a bumblebee. Wasps are assholes. Yeah, you tell him, Biggles.
It's black and yellow with a stinger.
Yeah, you just described like 500 different species of bees.
And it has an ass as big as his fucking torso, if not bigger. That's a wasp.
Yeah. Well, no, that only brings us down to about 200 of the bee subspecies.
Oh my
Want to keep going?
goodness.
I know
Are
a
we
lot
going
about
to-
bees.
This bee talk is making me buzzed, she says. Pun intended. So,
I can get your problem.
God damn it!
Well, at least that one has a sense of humor.
Oh,
we
Ikaroth,
need...
Ikaroth would look at Hellica and say, "Are you kidding me? This is the funniest thing I've seen in a while."
Oh, well, we all have our own sense of humor, but this is just... You can have this scientific talk all you like. Oh, goodness, my head is swimming. Right. So, we need to get down to business about finding out where these ships are being destroyed by this Sahagin. Now, if you are saying they just did not attack you for no reason, you must have had something. Because when the first ship we had, we went and investigated, there was some sort of spice on it, and it was, well, gone.
Well, it wasn't spies that we were carrying. We were carrying at least 10,000 gold pieces worth of booty. I think. I don't know. I didn't ever counted. I'm not the quartermaster, and I wasn't the captain who kept an eye on that stuff. I was merely his first mate.
How many captains were on the ship? I thought you were the only one.
One, and he's dead. Who proceeded to promote me.
Promote you? How could he promote you if you were dead? She squints her eyes.
He
Alright,
took
so that
front of me
sounds
before
like-
he died.
That's awfully convenient.
excuse me.
If you want to go get his corpse and bring him here and to talk to his corpse after resurrecting him, then go right ahead.
Oh my
How about we
God.
go and swim over there with a bunch of whatever the fuck you called them, and get
Excuse
butchered
me,
out there.
Captain, permission to speak?
you
I
don't
think
really need to ask
Orc
that.
Sailor Orc Sailor number 5 wants to say something, I think.
Actually, it is a local courier who has come up to the party with a note, specifically trying to hand it to Hellica.
Oh, yes. What's this?
I have a note for you, ma'am, from the Council of Saltmarsh.
She takes it and licks her thumb and flips it open. Reading.
It is a invitation to come and speak to a member of the council named Menestrad Copperlocks.
Ministrad Copperlocks. Oh, well, now this is interesting news. How exactly did you get this note to give to me, by the way?
She gave it to me.
Right.
Right.
It's a courier. What do you expect?
And the courier runs off.
Bugger.
The note,
All right.
the note also invites you to, bring any adventurers that you know. Specifically making note of the other party members.
Oh, a smile stretches across Hellica's lips, and she looks at everyone over, and she says, "How would y'all like to go to a party of sorts?"
Party, you say?
Yes.
Well, I could definitely use a bottle of rum.
Rum. No, this is a bit of on other echelon. You'll be representing me while you're there, so I
So
need
it's
you all
one
to
of-
look the best.
So it's one of them pansy landlubber stuff.
Oh no, darling. This is an important meeting for me, but they requested me to bring extras, so you all are my entourage, so I thought I'd bring you all with me, and we can all have a nice time, and probably eat something good.
Much better than just listen to children bicker, although that is amusing on its own.
Oh, there'll be plenty of debating.
As Sorok just turns to his crew and speaks in Orcish to meet him at the tavern.
His crew sets off towards the tavern, looking broken and dejected. But they give him a very weak thumbs up, as if to say, "You got this, Captain. We believe in you."
I hope so.
Oh, what was your name again, Orc?
First off, it's Cotton, and also second off, name's Sorok Goldeneye.
I'll just call you Goldeneye. Captain Goldeneye, huh? That sounds quite prestigious.
Well, as for Sorok's appearance, he's a 6'1", pale green-skinned orc with several scars over his body. His eyes are actually somewhat of a glowing golden yellow.
There you
Hence the name.
It's on the Roll20.
Raven black hair, and well, he's in a actually pretty decent-looking pirate garb, although
It's
probably
kind
not as perfect because it got torn up and stuff.
yeah, it's wet and ripped.
Also, Lassie, I don't really exactly have another set of clothing, unless you can fork up 10, 20 gold for me to get a new suit.
I think I got. a
Or at
spare
least
you can
enough for me
use.
to get this repaired. I'm probably screwed out of this. Or at least I'm going as is.
We'll see what we can do. Oh, I forgot myself. She extends a hand. I'm Hellica Soul of the Soul Empire, the Diamond Deserts. Princess.
Never heard of you. As he lightly shakes her hand, but in a kind of like a hesitantly, like, making sure that his palm doesn't even touch her palm kind of situation, as to avoid any possibility of a secret needle in her palm, or on her palm.
You're quite smart and perceptive.
No, it's just paranoia. I mean, I am interacting with a bunch of adventurers.
Heroes.
And adventurers, typically they slaughter orcs like me, so, you know.
Well, I
Not
mean,
the
Mr.
typical
Hawking kind of
conscious.
did that for us.
I'm out.
What?
God damn it.
What?
But,
Am I wrong? Pirate ship comes into town, we're not gonna fight it? They just took away payday.
Boy,
No offense meant to you.
we weren't here to raid this place. Besides, this place is a bit useful for more than just repairs. It's a good place to hang out at, probably. At least that's what the captain was saying.
Well, I'm going to go tidy up for the little shindig.
As the party meets up at
Gotcha.
the council chambers later on, they would enter to find the council secretaries, multiple secretaries, awaiting them. They would be seen through after a few minutes, only to find two people there talking to each other in the council's chamber. A large wooden, a large room with a couple of wooden tables and lots of seats around them, and like 7 large chairs at the back of the room, with a small table in front of them. 2 people are standing in front of it. One is a very gruff-looking dwarven woman who looks like she is as muscular as Hellica and could probably lift her.
Oh,
The
that's
other
a woman
one,
of some quality.
the other one is someone most of the party who live here would recognize, Ada Oweland, an older senior woman with short graying hair, lots of wrinkles, and sharp gray eyes.
Well, Hellica, are you not going to acquaint yourself first? We'll come
Yes,
after
yes.
you.
I'm just getting my fill of the room before I make my presence known. Alright, I'm ready. She steps in and goes over to give a polite bow to Ada.
Ada would glance over. Ah, yes, you.
Yes, I.
She quickly approaches you and holds out a hand. Ada Ueland, pleasure to meet you.
Hellica so, likewise. She gives a firm handshake.
Ada's handshake is likewise quite firm. She glances at the rest of the party. And good, you've brought along the rest of the local heroes.
Yes, yes. They are.
Sarok is right now just making his way towards some interesting trinkets, but not really doing anything.
There are actually a few trinkets along the walls. Mostly strange things that have been found around town or in the seas during their fishing expeditions.
Quite the number of stuff.
And you must be the new pirate that rolled into town.
Pirates? You weren't.
Uh,
Huh.
I was hinting towards my profession normally. It is a form of trade, it's just,
You can relax. We're not interested in persecuting you. There are plenty of other smugglers and pirates who call this place home.
oh, thank gods.
Besides, we have more pressing matters. Because if what
Them fish fucks?
No, them lizard fucks.
Language.
Cuss your
Lizard fuck.
language.
No, not you. Oh goodness.
Oh, relax. It's not like ain't gonna be any different with anybody else.
Yes.
No tact.
But
Besides,
you have
what
a
might-
lady in the room. And an old
Besides-
grandmother like me.
Actually, you only have one. Out of the 7 people in this room, there are only 1, 2, 3 men.
Well,
Besides.
3 if you count Bigglesby.
Well, I mean, he's a fairy, so take that as you will.
Captain Grog didn't really teach me how to be anything more than what I am.
The dwarf woman picks up a large pole and pokes the ceiling with it, and you see from the ceiling, like, she hooks into something and pulls down a map of Saltmarsh and the surrounding region.
whoa.
Huh? I'm not gonna do that when I get a new ship.
Do you lot know about the Mere of Dead Men?
No.
That's
What's
up to
that?
the north, right?
Right. Up north, big swamp, full of nasties. According to some of our workers and then some of our town scouts, there's a whole lot of lizard folk starting to congregate there. Not sure what they're up to. Can't be good.
I mean, is it a bad thing? I mean, as long as it don't bother you.
That's just the thing. We think they will. Because they've got weapons, and lots of them.
Ah,
So this
Yes.
is what might be called a preemptive strike. Assuming a strike is
I don't think she's
necessary.
intending for us to murder them all.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If the strike
it was-
is necessary.
If
we
I
can
had it my
preempt.
way, you'd be destroying all of them. But thankfully, she won't be having
Ouch.
it her way. I'd like you lot to go in there and try to figure out what the lizard men are doing first. If
Serving.
they're doing something peacefully, then perhaps we can help them. It'd be better to make allies for our community than enemies.
That's my philosophy.
A grand reward of 700 gold will be offered should you complete this successfully. Plus more if more action is needed.
Sounds doable.
Very good.
The only problem I see in this situation is once the lizardmen, like, cold,
Yes.
you know, lacking emotion, understanding what the rest of us think.
Indeed. It may be an issue, but I'm certain you can overcome it.
I might need to go fucking orcish on them then.
I think the hardest thing is going to be the disguises. Can any of you paint?
Who said that we're gonna be disguising? We could just sneak in.
Well, sneaking
I've got a
involves
few tricks
disguises.
on my own. Perhaps I can change my own visage if you need be.
Keep
You
that
could
in
do that.
mind, Miss Charlotte.
Oh. But I'd rather we all together find out ourselves if they are really harmful or not.
I just think the direct approach would be better. Like, we go in there and we see what happens. I'm not scared of anything. But
If my captain that information recalls correctly, don't they just eat people that they don't know?
Well, if they try and eat us, we prevent that.
Right.
I'm getting flashbacks to the mushrooms again. Let's just do it.
Out of character, would that actually be something that Sorok's previous captain probably warned him about a lot?
What, mushrooms?
No, lizard folk, when dealing with them.
Oh. No. Because usually pirates wouldn't be dealing with lizard folk. They tend to stay, on land.
Fair enough.
Alright.
Hawk, just a quick question, just to refresh.
Yeah.
The lizardmen up north, had people been killed from Saltmarsh, like dealing with them, or was it people in Neverwinter or something?
No. Nobody's really been killed dealing with the lizardmen recently. I mean, they have in the past because, adventurers go out hunting them all the time. But
Got it.
in recent memory, you can't remember any time lizardmen have, actively attacked anyone.
Okay.
Oh, before we leave, which I'm assuming that we're going to do now, Hellica will walk over to the dwarven lady, take her hand, and plant a kiss on it.
It tastes like soot.
She fights the her face scrunching up, but she's like, "The pleasure to meet you was mine."
Yes,
Yeah,
I
there's a
imagine it
dwarf
was.
waifu.
Now that's a bit hilarious.
Well, chaps, shall we be off?
I guess so.
Let's go to it.
All right. She
So let's ask this: is the pirate captain, able and willing to do this, or does he need rest?
Despite my predicament of entering, unlike the rest of my crew, I'm fully able to go with y'all if you're willing.
Oh, so
That's,
you hid two when they were attacked. Got it.
I mean, heck,
Admirable.
I heard there was
These
money in it, so
sisters.
What was the question? You're not here. He is here. And y'all are currently down here. There we go.
no.
Yay. Alright. As the party gathers up their forces and heads north, they very quickly find themselves at the Mare of Dead Men. It's pretty easy to find the swamp, but it's even easier to find signs that the lizard folk are here. For some reason, all of the lizard, you find, what's the word? Not flags, standards. You find standards displaying lizard folk tribal iconography. Saying, actually Ikarath would probably be able to read them. Saying stuff like, "We are here. This is us. Stay out. Beware. Does this look infected to you?" That sort of thing.
boy,
It doesn't take you long to actually, as you crest over a small hill, one of the few drier parts of the swamp, you clear through it and look out through the trees to see a massive lizard folk encampment. It's a good distance away, about a mile away, but it's still big enough that you can see it from where you are.
that's a big one.
quite.
Ikarath would let them know about the flag or the standards and sort of the messages that were portrayed, just to basically give us a warning.
Huh. Thing.
So,
I don't got it.
what you laddies and lasses think we should do?
Well,
Considering how big
I-
this place is.
it is quite. Do any of you know what lizard folk like to eat, other than human?
Everything.
Everything.
I think mostly
Let's
meat.
see.
Yeah.
Hellica. Damn, let me look. I don't think I have any like rations on her that she could use as coming in peace gift. Let me see.
Well, I got some honey. We could pretend to be traders. This kind of feels like they're trying to start up like a nation, lizard folk town or something.
We could definitely use that.
As the party is looking amongst their belongings for anything they could use as rations, Bigglesby would look over and start sniffing at the air. As the party looks around after noticing that the giant bee Rex is sniffing at something, they would notice that in the waters around them, hidden just barely so in the trees, are lizardmen looking up at them.
Oh,
Hi.
Upon seeing that they've been noticed, the lizard folk slink away into the shadows, disappearing underneath the water.
We would like to talk. As he then repeats it in Orcish, if that works at all. I don't really know very many languages.
What is their native language?
Roll Arcana. No, roll Nature. Because this one is actually interesting. Their native language, according to the two warlocks, is Draconic. You know,
Just
the one language y'all don't have.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it's Goblin.
Is there a way to quickly learn Draconic?
Well, there's a quick way to learn Draconic, but you're gonna need to, eat a bunch of people, enslave kobolds, and get a bunch of gold real quick.
Oh,
That
Is
sounds
there
practical.
any local that
Now that I think
knows
about
of Draconic?
I would doubt it. We don't exactly get too many dragons around here.
so they slinked back into the water, right? They should probably still be there, right? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth a look.
Charlotte,
Alright.
Charlotte hobbles over to the water as well.
Hellica,
Roll me perception checks, please. Good lord. Hellica notices all four of them hiding underneath the water. Fucking goddamn it. Why can these lizards not hide? Like, even with advantage.
I don't even know where they are. I'm just lost.
so Hellica reaches in, and produces some of the gold she has earned from her adventures, and also she produces the ruby that was mailed to her from last session, and she's all like, "Would you care to talk in exchange for this?" She says, like holding her hand out.
They stare. Not at the gold, but at the ruby.
Oh, I see.
You can hear them whispering amongst each other in Draconic, even if you can't understand what they're saying.
I did procure some glowing mushroom samples, but I don't know if that is any value to them.
Hellica, she carefully sets the ruby down and sees what they're gonna do.
One of them comes forward, tongue flicking out as he watches the entire party with both of his lizardy, beady eyes. One of his hands gently takes the ruby. Stay. We'll come back.
Very good. We'll stay, she says with a smile.
And with a splash, he's gone.
We're
About
just gonna trust that.
About 20 minutes later, the same lizards come back, followed by a fifth one, who is wearing a bright feathered cloak and headdress.
Oh.
Visitors, you offer tribute to the queen.
Hellica nods and does a deep bow. Yes.
I just noticed you're echoing a bit, Shun.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Testing, testing.
How about now?
Oh, that's much better. Thank you. Okay. The lizard folk nods. I will take you to meet Queen. Please follow.
Come on. Come on, you guys. They're gonna take us to meet the queen.
The strange rainbow-cloaked lizard leads the party into the lizard folk camp. As you enter, you find it is not at all what you were expecting from a primitive, barbaric tribe of monster people. You see that they have actually started farming. You see them with small farms of fish, a couple vegetable farms here and there. And as you start actually entering the town proper, you see little lizard folk running around playing. Well, playing as warriors, but, still playing. As you pass through even more of the camp, some of the little hatchlings come up to the party and start poking at them. Some of them sniffing at Sorok's green skin. Others poking at Bigglesby, trying to figure out what this monster is.
I'm sure Biggleby's used to it by now.
Alright. Are y'all gonna do anything to the hatchlings, or just let them go?
Hellica.
Sorok is not gonna try anything. He's not stupid enough to do anything like that.
She gives a few of them one gold piece. She gives them 5, split it amongst them.
The hatchlings take the gold pieces, look at them, sniff them, chew on them, and just eventually, start following along behind Hellica, this lady gave us a thing. Yay. You notice many of the lizard folk are watching the party curiously, and a couple of them kind of laugh or nod appreciatively at her being kind to the hatchlings. Hellica, make me a charisma check, please. Persuasion. Persuasion check.
God dang.
Nope, that's good. You got it. Alright. As the party are led into the largest hut, they see two figures. One is a wizened old lizard folk man, hunched over, leaning on a cane that seems to be made out of the vertebrae of a crocodile. And he has a massive crocodile, like the skin of that same massive crocodile is made into a cloak that he is wearing. He steps forward and looks at the party. These are them. You are bringing the tribute to the queen of the lizard folk. Chosen of Semwanya, leader of the alliance. Pay your respects.
Of course. We brought tribute, right? She kind of looks over everybody.
Of course.
Charlotte,
From the people of Saltmarsh, we have brought you this apiary, which can be used to grow honey, which can be used to sweeten meats and other such things. I offer this to the queen as tribute.
Do you
Do
you actually have an apiary on you?
Yes, it's part of my background.
Holy shit.
It's not a big one, but it's like the size of a quiver.
I have a rope of silk.
Ooh.
I
Y'all might.
I do not have much special, but I do have these glowing mushroom samples.
Mushroom samples, you say?
Yes.
The wizened old lizard steps up to you to examine the samples. Oh, these are fine indeed. Make me a persuasion check, Bean.
Okay.
I think I might be able to use them.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Oof.
Ooh. Maybe not.
I don't think so. But your tribute is accepted. Yes.
Thank you. I don't have much, but I do have coin. That is what you need.
No,
But she also has in that.
they will accept the mushrooms. It's just he can't use them for his purposes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
As the party's tribute is taken by a couple more of the lizard folk nearby, whom appear very well armored and armed, you notice the hatchlings also throw their gold coins into the pot of tribute, laugh, and then rush out the door.
What cute children.
And then the queen steps forward. A tall, proud, massive lizard folk. A single, very colorful fin spreads from the tip of her nose all the way down her back and into her tail, as she glares down at the party.
Hellica immediately bows.
Lizard waifu!
Well, that's no meaning to Amazonian.
The lizard folk queen steps forward. Slowly picks out all of the pieces of tribute, feeling the silken rope, examining the apiary, poking at the gold coins and picking up the ruby and examining it. Then looking at the mushrooms, sniffing them. Your tributes are accepted. I am Queen Othokent, leader of the Alliance.
If you don't mind me asking, Miss Queen, what is this alliance exactly? I'm curious. It's mostly of, wonder.
In due time. I will give you credit, adventurers. When I heard that you were near the camp, I was expecting to also hear that you had slain many of my comrades and my people. The fact that you came here peacefully speaks volumes of your intentions, and that you can be trusted.
I mean, to be fair, if they were to do that,
I'm going to
that'd be
elbow
a
him
bit-
hard.
It would be a bit hypocritical. It would be a bit hypocritical of them
Glenn.
to do so and not murder me in the process.
So the orc completely ignores the old man elbowing him.
Ow. Yeah, either case.
Plus, you arrived with hatchlings of my people in tow. If my children trust you, then certainly I can trust you. But I'd like to know exactly what your intentions are here first.
We are here to establish,
Relations.
yes, relations. Thank you. We were sent from Saltmarsh.
Saltmarsh.
The human town just outside of
Oh.
the swamp.
That one. Yes. So
We know.
I have a question. Who actually has the best persuasion score?
I have a +6. I mean, I literally went with the character who has persuasion, for
I have
sure.
a +4.
I have a rock.
That doesn't exactly answer how was your...
It's a rock, okay? I'm as persuasive as a rock, okay?
Oh, that's not good.
Sounds about right.
Very well. Then I will ask you to do something for me. You are welcome to stay here in my village for however long you wish. But come back to me at sundown. And judging by your actions today, we shall see if your trust is worth it.
Charlotte bows very well-manneredly and respectfully, and she turns her head up to the queen and says, "We've risked a lot to come here, and I know the relations of our own kind are not very good with yours, and we'd like to make amends with that now."
Then we shall see how well your amends take today, won't we?
Yes, indeed.
Well, in that case, we should get prepared for whatever's to come tonight.
Yeah, and I should definitely check on my friend Bigglesby. He's rather destructive when left alone. So if you'll excuse me, Your Majesty,
She nods.
I will rush outside and get whatever Bigglesby is eating out of his mouth.
Bigglesby, as you exit, you find that Bigglesby is not eating anything. Instead, he is on his back having his belly scratched by all of the hatchlings you met earlier.
You know, I should be surprised by this, but I'm not. And I'll take a big drink.
Well, suppose we'll see you at sundown.
I suppose we shall. And she sits back down and just relaxes in her little throne. The guards escort the party out. Though as you leave, y'all would notice that the older lizard follows you out. He approaches Charlotte after the party is outside. Miss,
Yes.
I am High Minister Soriv. Would you happen to be interested in alchemy?
Oh, actually, I would love to dabble in such arts.
I have been dabbling in potion brewing myself. It seems we have a common interest.
Yes, indeed. Well, I'm quite a novice myself, you see, but I would love to learn, especially with your talents and your unique perspective on things.
Indeed. Please. And he gestures towards another hut nearby that you can see smoke coming from. And this is where...
Charlotte follows in and says, and by the way, to introduce myself as well, I am Charlotte.
Alright. And this is where we are going to split the party for a little bit, as each of you do different things. So, for the next few hours, Sariv winds up helping Charlotte learn and teach about all the different kind of potion making things he's done. Like he shows off his potion making skills and kits and all the different medicines that he's managed to brew.
Charlotte's taking it in very well and patiently.
And then, Charlotte, make me an Arcana check. DC is 10. Wow. You teach him a thing or five. At the end of it, both of you have learned quite a bit about, your separate forms of alchemy. He's taught you about all the different mushrooms and brews that grow hidden underwater in the swamps, whereas you taught him about the stuff that he could find in the forests. And make me another persuasion check, please. You will have advantage on this one. I'll take that 22. That works. At the end of it, he's, you have earned his respect, and he likes you. But during this time, what would Ikaroth be doing?
Ikaroth would probably be sticking around with Amo.
Well, not wandering around the camp looking for things to do.
Well, he just kind of doesn't want to hurt anything before it's necessary, so he's kind of sticking around with someone nearby, put it that way. But I can wonder.
Okay, so to put it this way, Igaroth is babysitting Amo, who's getting drunk while babysitting the B-Rex. And that I'm finding nearest bar and challenge anyone who's willing to a drinking contest.
If that's what Amo's gonna do, I mean, I can wander too.
As the two of you wander around following your B-Rex, you eventually find an area that is more swampy than the others, but still has small huts that look a bit too small for lizard folk. And then you see what can only be described as a fish with legs.
Igaroth,
Yeah,
am I the only one seeing that?
or not. It is exactly what you think it is.
It looks up at the two of you and at the B-Rex.
It's a baby.
I'm not sure what you said, but you sound a lot like Bigglesby. Bigglesby, do you know what he said? Well, yeah, I heard him say that. I'm wondering if you could translate. Okay.
The fish person looks up at you. Outsiders. Strangers to swamp. Big B.
We are.
So
You're a
far,
native,
you are
though.
correct. So far, you're correct about everything you said.
Lizard folk like you. Look
Yeah,
how
but
like
already.
you.
Yeah. I mean, they're at least tolerating us till sundown, so we'll see how things go.
Did you say locata?
Lokatha. We deep folk. Like swamp. Not like bad fish.
Oh, even those like frog-like fish from the salty water place.
No like bad fish. Bad fish
Agreed.
bad.
You know, finally someone who's speaking my language.
Locata peaceful with the lizard folk?
Yes. Part of alliance.
Ah. Who else was in this alliance?
Merfolk. Collins. Lizard folk. Lokatha. Yes.
Merfolk. I wasn't sure they really existed. Then again, I didn't even know about you till today.
Live over there. And the Lokatha points at a like off into the distance, and you see a much larger, like an actual lake that seems to drain out into the coast. Look, can Lokatha trust you? You're part of alliance too.
That remains to be. We're not part of the alliance yet. But
we
can
are
we
certainly
trust
trying.
Lokatha?
You can trust Lokatha.
Then Lokatha can trust us.
Actually, what alignment is the Lokatha? Trustable enough.
Oh, do I need to start rolling
Let's see if
intuition?
they're trustworthy. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
Close enough.
but are they? Yep, yeah, no, I trust this guy. Most trustworthy
Fun.
fish ever right here.
Want food? Sure trust.
Sure. You want some drink?
Drink?
Yep. It's a bit strong, if you know what that means.
Lokatha looks at the drink in your hand and, like, kind of hesitantly accepts it. It takes a swig of it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
Perhaps if you have any honey on you, Amo, that might be a little bit better.
Is that a rhetorical question?
See, strong drink.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna reach into a random pocket and like my hand just comes out covered in honey, holding a honeycomb.
The Lokatha gingerly reaches out and takes the honeycomb, holding it like a precious child. You fight bees?
Well, I'm gonna look back to Bigglesby, who's like on the very edge of the swamp. I work with the bees.
You
Bees are friends.
tamed bees.
Yeah. Bees are nice, unless you piss them off. They don't want to hurt nobody.
Could never get honey from bees. And the Lokatha gently licks some of it. You notice other Lokatha starting to gather around as this one starts to pass around the honey, as each of them takes a small lick, and are just, you can see them all being so happy and dancing with the honeycomb.
Man, starting to wish I brought more than my personal supply on this mission.
Then one of the lizard folk approaches, carrying the apiary. He looks at you, looks at the honeycomb in the Lokatha's hands, looks at all of them dancing, looks at the apiary, and just kind of like, yeah, he nods, and starts setting up the apiary next to the Lokatha's pool.
Lokatha, would you like to learn how to tame the bees?
All of them are now watching you with rapt attention.
Okay. I'm going to pull out one of my smudge sticks and proceed to try and teach them how to tame the bees.
Roll me nature, please.
Oh boy, that's certain it's not survival.
Do both.
Okay, so there's my nature, and there's my survival.
Nice.
Oh god, Bash. I got good rules for once. Hey me.
Go, Ikarath.
Yes.
As Amo is teaching all the Lokatha the basics of beekeeping, teaching them how to keep bees and take care of the bees and get the honey safely, the lizard folk comes up next to you. Lokatha like sweet thing. Too sweet. They're not strong, but they're useful.
Not strong, but useful.
Useful for building.
It's not exactly what I would expect. Definitely interesting.
He taps one of the huts nearby. Built this. And then walks off. And you may roll me nature. Or, no, religion. Either or, really.
I'll take it.
The lizard folk, you would know that the lizard folk god Simuanya generally dissuades the lizard folk from participating in or progressing their civilization. To them, as a religious rule, being primitive is best. Like, simplicity is what's best in life for them. So, civilization like this is generally too complicated for their liking. But, I mean, hey, if somebody else is building the buildings, they'd be happy to live in it.
Huh.
Alright. And both of you may roll me persuasion checks. And we will move on to Hellica. You have managed to earn the full trust of the Lokatha.
Oh, sorry.
Let's see.
Didn't know.
15, 25. Alright. Goddamn. Alright, so what would Hellica be doing?
Oh my goodness. Let me think.
Looking for a new waifu.
She would be regaling the children and even the queen of where she comes from.
Go ahead. As you
She
stayed,
goes on.
as you stayed in the queen's tent, or the queen's hut, to tell her about where you came from, some of the hatchlings would have come in to listen to you tell the legendary story of the deserts across the sea.
Gather around. Listen. Now, before I can tell you anything, I would like you to all to know that my people, the great sphinxes of the Diamond Deserts, we are generally considered a strange folk. You see, but in a way uniquely beautiful and simultaneously alien if you were to see a full-bred one. See? Now, how do I stop this? Okay. And she kind of like runs her hand through her hair and she says, where I come from, it is not a single person that is not intimately familiar with the deserts. We almost to a degree of possessing some sort of a magical sixth sense, and it allows us to navigate towards any oasis that dots the vast dune hills. The From what I can tell and what I've personally seen, there are accounts of the lengths that my people are willing to go to reach the next source of water and food. They are considered lured, as they are legendary, from our people bleeding themselves and drinking our own blood, to carrying scorpion stings with fermented venom still in a stinger to jab ourselves with. You see, the pain is supposedly so intense that it drives us into a berserk rage, if it does not kill us outright. I've built up a tolerance to that specific poison, and it enables us to make a final marathon sprint towards our lifeline. That ferocious survival instinct has kept us here and preserved our culture across the generations. I'm mainly here to spread knowledge about what we do there and hopefully sway. And she pulls out a symbol of soul, which is an S. It's like a bronze S with an eye, with an Egyptian-like eye of Horus at the top of it. And this, yes, to tell people about what my father has accomplished. He is somewhat of what I guess everyone would consider a god king to others, but that is another story for another time. But I'm willing to take questions, she says to the kids.
What is sand?
S- you, oh, that's right. This, sand. It's. She bites her nails. It gets
Rough.
everywhere. Yeah. You would love the crystals that are there, and she pulls out like a little specimen that she got from the Diamond Desert. This crystal shines with like the beauty of how do I even fucking like describe like the beauty of Venus or something like that. Like it is damn near it's like pearlescent looking.
All of the hatchlings look upon it with awe.
You can have it, she says.
The hatchlings gingerly take it. All of them crowd around it, now completely ignoring you, and just like gently stroke it and poke at it, trying to figure out how is it shining so bright.
It's the only light source that we have at home, she says with a smile.
Finally, they all group up together, whisper to each other, and then hand it to the queen. She gingerly takes it from them looks it over and smiles at them. She says something in Draconic, and the hatchlings all cheer and rush off.
Well then.
I told them that I would be giving them my share of the fish tonight.
Oh, they're lucky. Tis been a while since I had fish. But
An interesting tale.
yes.
I remember the first time I saw sand. It was at a coast not far from here. The hatchlings have never seen it, but I have. An entire realm of nothing but sand.
Yes.
Fascinating.
Endless as the sea itself, almost, or seemingly.
Go ahead and roll me persuasion. You will have a +5 bonus to this.
Okay. Let's see. Oh. Hellica produces her signet ring and goes to hand it to the queen as she's rolling this persuasion.
Just enough, too. Tell me something, princess.
Yes, my queen.
Are all of your kind this trustworthy?
As much as I love him, I would advise you to never meet my father.
He would
has a
seduce
hunger
the
unlike-
shit out of you.
Yeah. She says that with the her,
The original
tremble on her
wife
lips.
collector.
Yeah, like she just has like this just this stare of like blankness, like she's seen some shit. But and then she comes back to it's like, oh yeah, no, he's good, but he has so many things he has to do. So yeah, no, it depends though. It's case by case basis, you see. I would say.
Indeed. All right. I believe I can trust you and your friends.
Yes, we're harmless, fairly.
Tonight, during the feast, I will explain to you exactly why our alliance has been forged, and I will send ambassadors with you back to Saltmarsh to speak to your town's leaders regarding this issue.
I will make sure that they are well sated while in our company.
Good. So,
Yes.
what would Quinn have been doing during all of this? Or what would not Quinn? What would Solrock have been doing? Assuming Quinn is here.
I am here.
Hi.
Sorry. He would be exploring around town, though his mind would be on his, well, past misfortunes. Would seem rather annoyed that he's not going to be able to get some revenge on the Swahagan for what they've done. But he's generally exploring the area and minding his own business mostly.
As you are wandering throughout the camp, many of the Swahagan, many of the lizard folk are watching you curiously, but still going about their business. Until on one of them who is bringing back a large basket of stuff from the coast, you see your ship's flag, torn and tattered and soaking wet.
Excuse me, sir. Ma'am. Whichever. Where did you get that flag?
Found it.
Well, it looks exactly like the one from my ship that was recently attacked by a bunch of Swahagan.
Ship?
Yes, a big wooden boat. It was just out at the sea, biggish, that kind of stuff. Mind if I be able to take it, or at least trade it? That's me.
The lizard folk looks down at the flag, picks it up, looks it over, and just tosses it to you. Can't use it. Looks pretty, though.
Yes, it's my father's design.
The lizard folk just kind of shakes their head and keeps on moving.
Sorok would start to fold the flag up properly, sighing to himself before stuffing it into his pack.
All right. So, with that evening, the party would be gathered with all of the lizard folk and all the Lokatha and a few of the merfolk who have just been carried up there by other lizard folk. And they would be around a massive bonfire. Dozens upon dozens of fish have been speared into the ground over the fire, cooking nicely, sizzling away. The Lokatha are still celebrating the honey that Amo gave them. And as the celebration begins, all of you are given fish, some with a little dab of honey smeared on, others with natural spices and herbs sizzled onto their flesh. You see the lizard folk enjoying their meal, drinking ale heartily out of barrels that they've procured from who knows where. And at the end, the queen finally stands. There are some in our midst who do not know why we are here together today. There are some who have joined us, who have joined this alliance only recently. Tonight is a night of celebration, but also of remembrance, for we must remember who our foes are. Them. And the queen points out to sea. Those bastards are the ones who enslaved the Lokatha. Those bastards are the ones who have been harassing and tormenting our merfolk brethren. And you hear the merfolk cheer in the background. Those bastards are the ones who would come ashore and tear apart these swamps. The swamps that were given to us by Semwanya!
You're talking about the Swahagan?
And she looks down at Sorok and grins. The same.
Well, I definitely agree with that then. Fuck them. They just fucking murdered my previous captain and my entire crew. Well, except for 4 members.
She gestures to you to step up. Tell us the tale of how they wronged you.
Well, he gets up as he takes off his hat for a minute. a complicated story. You see, I was not exactly originally a pirate, as these my companions would know me as. I was just an orphan kid. Ended up on a pirate ship by accident by, well, stupidity. The captain brought me up as a sign of sorts after he caught me as a stowaway. I've been with him since I was like 11. That's 7 years out at sea. Serving as his first mate, helping him. That was until a grim end, as of late. You see, we were just coming to the port of Saltmarsh to best repair our ship after a recent good haul of loot, and well, we got attacked. I don't know why, I don't know where, I don't even know how, but these Swahagan just swarmed us in the hundreds, I think. We fought them off pretty well, but there were just too many. Heck, we even probably had some war beasts on the ship. So, my captain called out for a retreat, or well, an abandonment of the ship, though he stood fighting. And, well...
You notice at that statement explaining how the captain died fighting, many of the lizard folk raise a toast.
Well, in his dying breath, he made me captain of the ship, or at least captain of whatever was left. And... I wouldn't exactly be here if they didn't do that, but the one thing don't do to a pirate is murder his crew, destroy his ship, take his loot, and kill his father figure. That all in together is just a one-way trip to Davy Jones' locker, and in turn, a fucking big giant X on your head from whenever I get my hands around those fish bastards' necks.
Many of the lizard folk cheer at
And
that.
probably beat them to death with their own arms.
Even more cheers at that.
Either case.
Now, if I may inject a little bit, they're not. Are you saying that they're all evil because we came across some?
Oh no! Not every.
No, not.
The queen steps forward. Perhaps not all of them. To damn their entire race would be wrong.
I mean, it's just like humans damning
But-
entire orcs or something.
But the ones who have the fortress out on the shards, the ones who have constructed an army with the intention of overrunning the coast, those are the ones who must pay. Those are the ones who must suffer. Those are the ones who killed my beloved.
Oh.
I see.
I'm sorry, Shun. She's straight.
Well, that is a definite vendetta. Well, I can feel.
It's a fate worse than death.
A fate much worse than death.
That was the
Oh, how terrible. The mind
I gotta
suffering.
reload. I have to reload. The RNG has to be different.
Reload game. Sorry.
That was great.
honestly, Highness, I feel ya. I mean, losing my own father figure, losing someone you care about is a painful thing. But you know what? We're going to make the leaders suffer. We're going to make him pay. We're going to teach those sons of bitches a lesson.
The lizard folk, the Lokatha, the merfolk, all of them start cheering, roaring with joy.
And as an orc, heck, as a frickin' pirate, I'd be fucking being a hypocrite if I was gonna say I'm not gonna help you. Especially after what they done to me. Besides, as long as we don't hurt the kids of those species and at least, probably teach them better, I think we'll do just fine.
All of the alliance roars and cheers as the queen steps down, takes a fish, and holds it up to your mouth. What you gonna do, Quinn?
Wait.
Yeah, she's
What happened?
The queen is holding a fish up to your mouth.
He would take a bite of it and accept it pretty much. He's not gonna be rude.
She grins and takes a bite out of it after you. And then spears the fish back into the ground. We have shared the same meal. We have shared food and drink tonight. I will send my people to Saltmarsh to make this official in your terms. But to us, you are part of our alliance.
Well, I'm glad that we are able to work together. After all, working together will definitely help feed those that threaten our lives and our innocent children. All the same.
And with that, the rest of the evening comes to a close as the party returns to Saltmarsh. They would deliver the news to Ida, who had been staying up waiting for the news. And then that would be it. They would go to bed. They would sleep and rest, and it would just have felt like a nice party. Except the next day, they would awaken to find the same courier coming to the party at the tavern.
Oh, good.
I got a message from Miss we got some needed at the council place.
All right, let's go then.
As you rush over to the council, you would find that there are like 5 lizard folk there. One of which is the queen herself.
Oh my lord.
Oh, hello, your Majesty. As Sorok bows after removing his hat.
She nods to you and turns back to the council, and basically explains what you learned last night. That her beloved was slain by the Sahagan raiding party, and she vowed vengeance against them, and knows, because of the merfolk and the Lokatha, that the Sahagan are planning to build up their own army and invade the mainland. Now, because I don't feel like talking to myself for about 20 minutes, the council agrees that something must be done. They agree that your party is probably the best people to actually do something about it.
For show.
But they're not sure exactly how to do it just yet. And then the Queen drops the bombshell. According to our merfolk scouts, their first raid, a test against your defenses, will be happening tonight.
Well,
Hmm.
Name the place.
She gestures to Saltmarsh.
That is convenient.
I have a question. Do you lot have cannons?
The Ida rises and nods. We will have the entire town guard here ready.
I'll consider myself involved.
Your Majesty, will you be able to support us? The Queen looks back and nods. We will have our forces here come sundown. Rest assured, Counselor, you are part of our alliance now, and we take care of our own. And with that, I believe we're going to call it for the evening.
Woo!
Next session, hopefully Shinzo will be here, and the entire party will deal with the Night of 100 Sahagin and crabs.
Crabs.
Oh boy.
I'm glad
As
we
long
were
as
able to
those
deal with
fancy
this
crabs
in
with the
a
monocles
negotiated
and
manner.
hats.
Alright. So,
Oh yeah, these lizard folk would have murked us.
Alright. I'm going to cut the recording here for YouTube. Say goodnight, folks.
No.
Peace, love, and coconut.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Ghosts of Saltmarsh. My name is Hawk, and I've been your GM for today. Our players today were Shinzo, playing Shinzo, the human fighter. Bobbert, playing Eobrov Quapplefo, the half-elf druid. Ryan, playing Ikaroth, the Yuan-Ti warlock. Dingo, playing Amo, the human kaiju tamer. Bean, playing Charlotte, the human warlock. And Shun, playing Hellica, the Tabaxi barbarian. Character art used belongs to Jocat, Daria Rashev, Shutterstock, and Dreamscarred Press. Shun and Bean drew their own artwork as well. Ghosts of Saltmarsh, Dungeons & Dragons, and all associated properties are copyright Wizards of the Coast. This has been a Prism Blade Gaming production. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and subscribing, and please share it with your friends. We stream this campaign on a weekly basis at 8 p.m. on Sundays over at twitch.tv/PrismBladeGaming. You can also follow me on Twitter at HawkJohansson to keep up to date with other streams and videos that we'll be working on in the near future. Again, thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you again next time.